GSX750F M1991 model. Right, so that's my disassembled carburetor right now. I have all separated, even if they're kind of the same parts, so you could mix them around. Right, so now what I'm doing, I'm just gonna fill these jars with some liquid of a choke cleaner. Right, and that's all we're gonna do. Just gonna store these cans in this liquid. All the vapor and everything, it's just gonna help to clean it even better. So these could be stored away. Look at that can, doesn't want to stop. It's leaking, it doesn't stop. I'm forced to pre-clean at least this carb as much as I can. Only thing I would suggest is definitely have a glasses, because I myself already got sprayed back into the eyes. Let's get to it. Just have stored away my carburetors, all my little parts, to let them soak. That's done. Now the other side. I can move on to the plastic parts. So the plastic parts can be cleaned with the carburetor cleaner as well, as long as is plastic friendly. I'm using this stuff. It's quite really harsh, very powerful formula. There is no way telling that he's not happy with the plastic, so I assume it's okay. The only thing that I do know it's not okay with is the rubber. So now I will separate the rubber pieces from the plastic pieces. I could spray some of inside and let it sink as well at the same time, just to get it proper clean. So to clean the rubbers, I'm just gonna use something gentle. Clean around. I'm just preparing some nice warm water with a bit of ferro liquid. And now I could plunk all of these inside, give them a bit of a soak. I start cleaning my rubber bits. I finally clean my seals. As you can see, there is a lot of dirty cotton buds, but at the same time, let's have a look at the bottom of the bowl. That's how much dirt came out from all of those. Now I'll just leave it dry. Right, so just a quick check on my soaking parts. As you can see, this one is swimming in grime. What about the float bolts? Oh yes. Let's get some of this carburetor cleaner inside for them to soak. Same with the floats. Close very tightly. And now essentially what I could do, I could just have a little shake around like this. Just let them soak in. Thing you're gonna do with these balls, you're just gonna spray a bit inside. Put them in this bowl. Let them soak. I will move on towards carry on cleaning carburetor with my remaining can. I'm using double gloves for this, just because it is a very powerful formula, and last time I melted through my glove pretty much. And now refill my tiny bottle, just a bit more of carburetor cleaner. Is it? You could really see this stuff going through my rubber, so this is why I really don't recommend to spray it on any rubber parts. All it takes is patience, unless you have ultrasonic cleaner, so it would save you the time. Put it this way, if it's not clean, it's not clean. Stuff is so strong. I can feel that I'm breathing in, even if I'm using a small amount. But then again, if you flip the ball, it does say it's toxic to breathe in. So whilst I'm doing the small tedious job, I'm just gonna wear the mask, even if I'm in the well ventilated area. Right, so I'm relatively happy the way this carburetor is cleaned inside. And now I just gonna respray it and pack it away. So these parts are still shaking. I'm just giving them a tiny bit of a shake for that carburetor cleaner go all the way around. Same with these parts. I move on to these balls. Easiest to start with those big pads, just to get big dirt out. And then once I've done that, you can see the dirt. It's relatively clean. Just give an extra spray and come back with a cotton bud just to pick wherever what's maybe being left behind. Patience, loads of patience, and make it as clean as possible. To finish with these, I'm gonna start moving on with some of my plastic parts. I think I'll start doing from those. One at a time. Maybe wipe it down with the cotton bud first because it is very grimy. And then revisit with the cotton bud. Right, I'm relatively happy the way these parts are cleaned. Next one in the mix. Right, so all these plastic parts are already cleaned. Let's just have a look what we got here. Whoa, that's some nasty stuff in there for sure. Unfortunately, I can see as well the plastic wear though, which is kind of worrying side, but however, that's a good clean, isn't it? Let's move on to the next jar. Next. It is a tedious job, but it's very well paid off. I mean, all I'm doing, I'm just scrubbing the cotton bud around all the balls. But in comparison to what my carburetors was like before, this is just doing a really nice extra tight cleaning all the way around. I'm happy with that. I mean, just look at that. Upon inspection of the clean floats, you can see a tiny bit, either the damage or design of where my needle is set, but I can't clean that, so it must be a wear, in my opinion. Yeah, a wear. Pretty much all what I got left with is the choke pieces now, and they are filthy. Right, so all my parts are cleaned. I'm quite happy with that. I could move on to the bowls now. Look at that, that's like all the dirt from just 2 bowls. Okay, the bowls are clean. Now I'm gonna move on to my other parts. Just look how much dirt came out from them. That is a lot of cobwebs. Coming to my last pieces, which is these jars with the metal parts in. So as you can see, there's a lot of time coming out from just little pieces like that. So I have a nice clean cloth here. Just gonna put all these pieces out. You have to remember that I do have a really tiny little washers in there as well, not closed off. Just to check that all the jets are blocked the way I do it, I just block this one with my finger, and then I can spray some carburetor cleaner down. And it's all spraying through the sides. There you go. So you know it's unblocked. My 4 sets are nice and cleaned. Leaving everything to dry because I have a compressed air. And this took me only 5.5 hours. So bear in mind, if you don't have ultrasonic cleaner and don't have a compressed air, that's gonna take long. So this is my experience of cleaning MIKUNI Corporation BSD56 carburetors made in Japan for my motorcycle Suzuki GSX750F, otherwise known as a Katana pre-1997 model. Right now I'm going to try to rebuild the carburetors. Let's go.